Yo, today I got a little chimps guide video. I've never posted balloons before, but I've played a lot. I came back to the game. There's this amazing map. There's these funny new towers. I think they were pretty entertaining. So I'm gonna show you how to do this little map on chimps. It's advanced, so it's meant to be a little tricky, but it doesn't really feel like that. You want to start off by placing two of those mermonkeys as close to the left kind of as possible. You know, you saw me nudge it in there. And make sure this desperado is placed outside of the range of those mermonkeys. If you place it inside of the range, you're gonna die and lose in like around 9 I mean. And upgrade it to 001. Keep it on first for the 45% attack speed bonus. Then once you get the money, start upgrading this top mermonkey to its middle path. I won't comment on everything I do because it's pretty obvious if you just look at the video, right? I'll probably elaborate on why some upgrades are necessary, but you know, you can just look at what I do and copy it, and then you'll be just fine. Oh, and the bottom mermonkey's gonna go top path. But you do want to give both of them camo detection, because you die. Then get that dart monkey up. Yes, I love dart monkey. Best tower in the game. We're gonna make this guy a spike-a-pult with quick shots. A 3-2-0 spike monkey, or dart monkey as soon as you can. You should just barely survive round 22. If you don't, check your placements maybe. I don't know. Everything is supposed to be on first. The run can be tight. Maybe you just die to RNG. But I'm pretty sure you live around 23. Get Churchill. I slowed down the round here because I've died to it multiple times. Get him as close to the right as possible. Mainly because we want the bottom mermonkey. I'm gonna make him into the 502 path, which is gonna give Churchill more pierce, which is gonna be very important for later runs. After that, get Riptide Champion and Echo Sense Network on both mermonkeys. Now, we don't really have any Moab popping power at this point, even though little Trident Monkey 032 Spike Mermonkey is good with regular balloons. We're gonna need the top path mermonkey to handle the Moab layer for us. Moab round coming up right here. Get that Abyssal Warrior. As soon as the Moab's in range, pop the Churchill ability, because it's going to make it a lot easier to handle the ceramics. If you die here, it's probably because Churchill gets a bad shot on the children of the Moab, the 4 ceramics. And if that happens, that's just completely unlucky, and I can't tell you anything else. You're gonna have to retry it and maybe time the ability different or place Churchill different. But if you do it the exact same way as me, you won't die, obviously. Get the Arctic Knight once you have the money. This tower is incredible on this map. The reason I chose for Mermonkey on this advanced map, if you see the Arctic Knight shooting up If his ability doesn't run out of distance or pierce yet, it kind of has that seeking ability like ninjas do, because we went bottom path on him, and it crashes those waves into the weird, what do you call that? Weird grove or something around the tree stump. One thing I forgot to tell you is to get the Juggernaut upgrade. I don't even remember when I got it. I wasn't paying attention, but it's very important for ceramics. Even though we have Churchill, the amount of swarm and, for example, white balloons, because Arctic Knight can't pop white balloons, can be a struggle. So having a Juggernaut there just helps out with an extra little bit of crowd control. Round 55 has a lot of ceramics. It's kind of a little demo of what round 63 is going to look like. The Juggernaut is very, very, very necessary for round 63. So don't think that the Juggernaut is not going to bring any value to this run. It's really necessary, trust me. So if you don't know yet, this Lord of the Abyss upgrade on the bottom Mermonkey, the last sentence, actually it's only one sentence, but anyways, it says greatly enhancing pierce of nearby monkeys. That's very important for the power of our Churchill's ability. Churchill, I believe, has hero upgrades that automatically upgrade his pierce on his missile. But having the Abyssal Warrior, or whatever its name was, also really helps out with our POPSEIDON later. This BFB you just want to destroy with the Arctic Warrior, or whatever his name is, ability. You can activate it when it's at the top of the path, so the ice balls kind of bounce between the tree stump and the rest of the map, but it does more than enough damage without having them bounce into BFB again. So you should be totally fine. Round 63, you're gonna have to pop Churchill ability. I recommend doing it as soon as the ceramics take the corner into Churchill's vision, because second wave you're gonna need the Arctic ability. As you can see, I didn't pop it there, but I did slow it down because I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it. But I recommend doing it anyway for your own comfort, because Churchill ability charges back fast enough for the third wave of ceramics on round 63. I believe from this point on, it's mostly just waiting for money. We are going to get an MIB, so our Mermonkeys can pop white balloons, our Arctic Warrior / POPSEIDON. Aside from that, it's just a lot of waiting for money at this point. The setup is already really strong, and if you ever get into trouble or start feeling as if the balloons are getting a bit close, pop that Arctic ability, like right there. It just destroys BFBs, it destroys Moabs. And then you just need to watch out for the children that come out, and use Churchill's ability for that, because he cleans it up really quickly.
I've made my list.
Same with that Churchill ability. You don't have to do that at all, I think. But may as well do it, since I don't know what would happen if you don't do it. I'm pretty sure the setup could have handled that easily, though. This round, I do really recommend using Churchill's ability as soon as the last BFB is on screen, because this setup does start to struggle a bit with reinforced Moab class balloons, but like I said, you also have the Arctic Knight ability and Churchill's first ability to take care of that stuff if you ever feel uncomfortable, so just keep that in mind. I don't think I've ever been that close to dying in a chimps mode. I don't know how much further those balloons could have gotten. I probably should have kept in mind that the Arctic Knight still can't pop zebras, and if you suddenly destroy 3 BFBs with the ability, you're going to need a Churchill ability to take care of the rest. Like I said, reinforced BFBs, use the ability because else you will die. We almost have 56k though for the POPSEIDON. The most beautiful new tower I've experienced so far. For the ZOMG, use the ability as soon as the ZOMG kind of turns that corner. So the ability bounces inside of the track and deals more damage. Once the ZOMG pops, use both Churchill's abilities and it completely vanishes. I used the Arctic Knight ability here again. I'm pretty sure it wasn't necessary. However, using Churchill's first ability there does seem... I would do it there because I'm not sure this setup would have handled all that swarm. Again, the Arctic Knight ability when all those BFBs are inside of the tight track where the Arctic balls can bounce. And then as soon as you have the money, get POPSEIDON. From here on out, it's just an MIB, so you can kind of leave your keyboard at this point. I probably still wouldn't because else you're wasting your time. But it's just to make sure that the POPSEIDON pops white balloons as well. I'm not sure if the tier 5 can already do that by himself, but when I was playing I didn't want to take any chances, so I got myself an MIB. Once the OMGs turn the corner, use the Churchill ability. I'm pretty sure you don't have to since POPSEIDON is ridiculously strong. I think he only starts to struggle when there's a bad on the screen, which we'll get a tower for the bad later. Because, well, like I said, when I was playing, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pop the bad layer. Another Churchill ability, and then just let it get cleaned up. Also, I should note, this probably isn't the most efficient or lazy way to beat this map on Chimps mode. This doesn't seem that hard of an advanced map in the first place. I just thought it looked really cool. So, don't look at this guide as some sort of professional balloons advice. It's just a really lazy way to beat it, in my opinion. All you really have to do is use abilities once in a while when you can obviously see you're being overwhelmed. First round of DDTs. You should usually be a little worried about this when you play Chimps, but using Churchill's first ability, you should be able to take care of it just fine. If you die on that round, again, it may be a little bit of RNG when it comes to that ability. You don't need Churchill's third ability in round 91 at all, so if you die on round 90, maybe use it for round 90. Should probably solve your problem. I used this ability here just to see how strong it was, and it's ridiculous. This map is kind of made for it as well, since the snowy balls get stuck in the track at the top and on the sides, but it just shreds through everything. I'm probably going to test this on other maps as well. Churchill ability is great there, but I believe the Arctic Knight ability destroys even harder. Yeah, it does. Just giving you live proof, I guess. I believe I slow this round down when the DDTs come out because these are reinforced. They're not. That's a different round. That's my bad. Anyways, as soon as your Popseidon uses his first attack, there's just so much Pierce that they already come out half damaged or completely destroyed. So this round is really easy. Just make sure they don't break through all of a sudden RNG type style. I have no idea why I got called to arms here. I think it would have been smarter to... Oh, that was kind of close. Maybe you should use an ability right there from Popseidon to make it a little bit less close. I don't know why I got a call to arms. I got a Spike Storm because you need it for the bad layer. But I guess a call to arms is fine too. I don't know, you just have so much money left over with this strategy. Round 99. If I'm not... Yeah, these are the reinforced DDTs. I got a little scared, so I popped the Spike Storm. Probably isn't smart. To make sure you probably should, but you can see we have 20k left, so you could build another 2 Spike Storms if necessary. If the bad's about to pop, use the Spike Storm ability and then just spam every other ability you have, and that's it. That's really easy. That's Enchanted like Glade or something on CHIMPS mode. So yeah.